Hi everyone, and welcome to my power yoga class. I'm here tonight with Marilee again, and I'm looking forward to giving you a full body workout. So let us get started, and tonight we're gonna start in butterfly pose because I really love how that pose opens up your hips just enough to bring yourself into a child's pose, right? So we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together, we're gonna lie flat back into your mat. Some people like to stretch their arms overhead for butterfly pose. You can have them in a T straight across if you like, or you can bring them alongside of you with your palms up. It's totally up to you. If you have very tight hips, then maybe your knees will be in a little bit more and you might be kind of feeling like you want to keep them there. What I'd like you to do is close your eyes, close your mouth, and just start to breathe. Full inhales and exhales. And as you do that, you'll find that gravity will start to take over on the outside of your legs, starting to pull you down a little bit in a kind way. So don't fight it. If it's available, let your psoas open up there. If it feels really uncomfortable, then certainly you can straighten your legs and relax your legs straight out from one side to the other. So Marilee looks like she's feeling pretty good. Now, what I'd like you to do is start a little rhythmic breathing. So we're not gonna get too caught up in the Ujjayi breathing. We're just gonna breathe full inhales and exhales. If it's available, I want you to just close your mouth. So if you can do that much from now until we finish class, that's gonna be amazing because that's gonna help you build some internal heat. It's gonna help you get a rhythm going with your practice. It's gonna help you connect the inhales and exhales, the connection of the inhales and exhales with your poses. And that's just a nice, beautiful, fluid practice. So in slow motion, I just want you to turn your head side to side as if you're saying no. Just nice and easy, side to side. And then I want you to stop that no and let your head kind of rock into the center where it feels the heaviest. And it's just gonna allow the back of your brain to drop into your mat. And give yourself that rooted feeling into your mat right now. So with your eyes closed still, just bring your thighs together. So let your thighs come in and then separate your feet wider than your hips. So go ahead and step your feet out way wider than your hips and your knees. Yeah, so the feet come wide, the legs are separated, and then we're just gonna turn the knees to the right side. So take two knees over to the right, and then we'll bring it back center. Let's find a big breath in, and as you exhale, we'll take two knees over to the left. And then we'll come back center. One more time, let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to the right side. And we'll come back center, full breath in. As you exhale, let's go left. And then we're gonna come center and grab both knees and hug them up into your chest. Squeeze your thighs together. And then just make a little circle on the ceiling, one direction. So you can hold onto your knees or you can drop your arms out to the side in a T with your palms flat and make your circles that way. So we're just going one direction around, big circle. Yeah, so if you wanna make it bigger, go for it. And then we're gonna reverse that circle, take it the other way. Beautiful. Then we're gonna drop the feet into the floor and we're gonna separate your feet in line with your hips. So your feet are hip width distance apart. And then what I want you to do is I want you to slowly lift your hips up into a bridge, squeeze your glutes, and then take your left hand and reach it overhead, yeah, and touch, very nice, Marilee. So you're gonna extend and lengthen and find a little length through that shoulder, and then we're gonna come back center. And we're gonna alternate the arms. So go ahead and take that right arm, find the reach. So we're feeling that stretch. We got a little movement coming through the QL. So alternate it, Mary. Go ahead and go with your own pace. Find that stretch back, drive the hips up, create the length through the thoracic, right? We're breathing into the whole length of your spine. And a little exhale as you come up. We're pushing through the whole foot. So heels to toes, we're pushing down through the feet. We're lifting up, we're driving up through the pelvis. We're squeezing through the glutes. And we're lengthening through the rib cage. Find that reach. Fantastic. And we're only here for about 30 seconds, so we have 10 seconds to keep reaching. So if it feels good, take it a little further. extend it back, squeeze through the glutes. One more each way. Find that stretch. Nice. And then let's come center. We're gonna lower down and we're just gonna turn over and come to the back of your mat in your child's pose. So we started to prepare the hips a little bit in your butterfly for your child's pose. So you bring your knees out just as wide as it feels good. And then you can let your head drop into the floor, and arms are where you like to bring them. So some people like to drape their elbows around their knees and let their shoulders fall forward. Some people really like to reach out as long as you can, extend out through your fingertips and create a little space through your shoulders, through your triceps, right? We're keeping the head nice and relaxed, and we're just breathing. Full inhales and exhales, breathing right here. And then we're gonna lift the head and chest up, and we're gonna take a long stretch to the left side. So go ahead and walk your whole upper body over to the left. We're gonna find that reach, we're gonna extend out long, and we're gonna use the floor. So here's the deal. If it doesn't feel good to go further, don't bring yourself any further. If it feels good, keep walking the fingertips. But if you know you found a place where you feel good, just let your head drop down and stay right there. And just work that whole right side of the rib cage into that right shoulder. That's really nice. Toes are relaxed, top of the feet are in the floor. And then we're gonna pick that up and we're gonna come over to the right side. So with a full breath in, and then on the exhale, go ahead and drop it. Yes, extend it. So you're just reaching to your feel good. You're just reaching out to where that place is for you in your shoulders, in your left side of the ribs. Let's come back center, and we're gonna press up onto the hands and knees. So we're gonna bring the knees right under the hips. We're gonna bring the wrists right under the shoulders. We're gonna turn the elbows to the wall behind you, and we're gonna come up onto the balls of the feet. So let's just stay here for one moment. Let's stay here. Close your eyes. Push your chest away from the floor. Yeah, so drive your chest away. And you're driving as strong as you can with your arm strength. So I want you to feel your triceps contracted, right? Feel your shoulders pull back. Yes, beautiful. Exaggerate a little bit through your sit bones. So push your butt bones back behind you so you can feel stretched a little bit through the glutes. And then press your heels back and feel a little stretch through the arches of your feet. So chin is neutral. I like to keep the top of my head forward. Nice. And you're pushing your chest away from the floor, and you just breathe in Ujjayi. And we're still pushing away, actively pushing away. And then let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and look out a little bit, pull the shoulders back. On the exhale, relax through the top of the feet, round up through your low back, look through your legs. Let's move through it. A little cat-cow. Come up onto the toes, pull the shoulders back, big breath in. So exaggerate through your movement. On the exhale, round it up. Marilou's gonna flow with her own pattern of breathing, so you flow with yours, right? Your inhales, you're opening up, you're pushing back through the heels, you're on the toes if that feels good. The exhales, you're rounding and tucking it up. Let's keep breathing. We're here for another 15 seconds to flow through. Round and tuck it. Find the pull. Breathe it in. Round and tuck it up. Let's come back up onto the toes, and we're gonna take your right arm and stretch it up to the sky. So just reach open here and roll back. Yep, we're gonna stretch it up to the sky, and we're gonna peel back through that right rib cage. Find a breath in, and as you exhale, thread your right arm under your left arm. Let your right ear drop to the floor, and then stretch your left arm over your head with your fingertips in the floor. So again, you're gonna use those fingertips to find your leverage to press and open. So if you walk your left fingertips to the right corner of your mat, you're gonna keep stretching through that left side of the rib cage. So if that doesn't feel good, you're not gonna keep walking it, right? You're just gonna leave it where it is. Maybe it feels good to just relax it in the center. Maybe it feels good for you to take that left palm and bring it outside of your right hip. So I like, for my own body, I like to press against my right hip, yeah, and use that to open up through that left deltoid. Feel that, Mare? Mm-hmm. And then you can also breathe into the pecs here. That's always nice. We're here for 5, We're just loving it, enjoying it. 4, 3, for 2, and then come on into your down dog. Let's get real long. So downward facing dog, we're gonna spread the fingers wide. We're gonna bring the middle fingers in line with the shoulders. We're gonna let your head drop down low. We're gonna look through your feet. Feet are hip width distance apart. We're gonna exaggerate a little bit through your seat. So the sit bones, the butt bones are finding some energy up into the sky. So let your head relax. Yeah, just stay relaxed through the neck. We're gonna bend the right knee, keep the left leg straight. So right knee bends, and then we're gonna bend the left guy straight and the right, and we're gonna walk that out a little bit. So we're just moving a little bit through the hips. Take the hips side to side with you. Keep those feet as wide as your hips. Excellent. And then very slowly, we're gonna come back down onto the knees. We're gonna stay on the toes. Keep the wrists under the shoulders. And let's go ahead and open that left arm to the sky. So reach up, roll it back, find the reach, breathe into the left rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale here, exhale, thread it through. Drop into that left shoulder. We'll take that right arm and reach it first where it feels good. So extend it, use the fingertips to breathe in to the right ribs, the right delt. We're here for long inhales and exhales. And take a moment right now, close your eyes, and just enjoy the feel good. Enjoy it for a moment. And if you took one hand on the outside, on the other side, then try to take that right arm and bring it outside of your hip. Use that as an opportunity to get a little more through that pec. Beautiful. And then you're gonna take that palm in front of your face. So drop your right palm down, come on in, press into your downward facing dog. Here we are. The seat is high and the head drops low. And then we're gonna stretch your right leg up to the sky. Just reach through your right heel right now. So you have a straight right leg, you're turning your right hip down. We're gonna keep the arms in downward facing dog, and we're just gonna find a hip circle in that right leg. So tuck your right knee into your chest and circle it out to the right side wall. Yep, tuck it in and circle it. Big circle, tuck it in and circle it around. One more time, find the tuck. Now roll it open. So take that heel, press it, keep the toes tucked in, right? So find that flexion through that foot. We're breathing into that quad. We're squeezing through that glute for 5, 4, 3. We'll drop that right foot. Left leg is gonna get high. We're gonna square the hips. We're pushing energy through that heel. And then go ahead and tuck that knee in. Big tuck, circle it around for 4. Find your 3, yep, mobility in your hip. 2, and then we're gonna roll it open. Take that heel and press it as if there's a wall over to your right side, and you're just kind of pressing through that heel. We're gonna lift up a little bit through that knee. We're gonna breathe into that quad. Nice mirror. And then we'll drop that left foot down. Very nice. So go ahead and walk your fingertips up to the front of your mat. Walk your hands up and let your head drop. See if you can open your dog a little bit more or a lot more. So you got that inverted V going on. We got the heels naturally lifted off the floor. So we're not up on the tippy toes. Let those calves lengthen. Let your Achilles lengthen. So just breathe into the calves right now. And guess what? If you feel really tight, bend your knees. You can bend them a little bit or a lot, right? You can just have a very slight bend in there. If it feels better to straighten your legs, then go ahead and straighten your legs and open up through the whole back end of the legs. Then we're gonna take little steps, one little step at a time. Try not to bend your knees too much, but bend them as much as you need to. And we're just gonna take little baby steps until you get your feet all the way up to the front of your mat. And we're gonna keep your feet as wide as your hips. So get those heels right underneath your hips, and then grab opposite elbow with hand. Let the top of your head just drop into the floor, and relax your upper body. Relax the weight of your upper body. Let it kind of hang down. So either your eyes are closed or the gaze is through your legs, and we're just gonna sway that side to side. So go ahead and give yourself some movement through your low back. Beautiful. Let your arms drop down and find some circles just through the shoulders, and really let your head drop. So challenge yourself to be a rag doll. Challenge yourself to not be halfway lifted. If it's available, let your whole body fold forward, right? And then relax yourself still, and we're just gonna take that upper body and we're gonna sway it over to the left side, like a rag doll, right? We're just hanging out. We're gonna sway it to the right, hanging out. And then we're gonna sway it to the left again. Maybe the upper body's getting a little heavier. We're gonna go to the right. And then we're gonna come center, drop your palms flat to your shins. Let's find a lift halfway, push back through the seat, and then take a big breath in right here. And as you exhale, let yourself fold forward and hug onto your calves. So maybe your forearms can hide your calves a little bit, if that's available. And relax right now where you can. So that means your face is relaxed, your teeth are unclenched, and you're just hugging on. And on the exhales, you're giving yourself a stronger hug. Then we're gonna take that right arm over behind the left calf with your left hand. Give yourself a nice pull. We're gonna go to the right side, all the way over, catch on, pull it, and then we'll come back center. Let your arms drop down. We're gonna roll up together right here for 6. It's real slow. 5, 4, the head's gonna be the last thing that lifts. 3, 2, and then we're gonna shrug the shoulders and roll them back, and shrug them up and roll them back. One more time, take that shrug and the roll, and then let's reach the arms up to the sky. So go ahead and reach up. Interlace your fingers over your head right now. So your pointer fingers drive up to the sky. Then I want you to take your right foot, your right leg, and bring it behind your left, and bring your right foot outside of your left foot. Yeah, and you can separate the feet as much as you need to feel balance. And then we're gonna breathe in as you get tall, and as you exhale, we're gonna stretch the upper body to the right side. And we're just gonna peel back through the left rib cage. And we're gonna stay here. Drop your chin to where your neck feels good. We'll come back center, big breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna go to the left side, stretch it open. And then we'll come back center. Let's interlace the fingers behind your low back and separate your feet hip width distance. And you can bring them a little bit wider, maybe just a tiny bit outside of your hips. So we're gonna stand up tall, and we're just gonna extend your arms away from your body, yeah, to where it feels good, right? So just kind of extend it out. Keep the chin neutral. And then slowly we're gonna tuck the chin down and make a circle to the left in the neck. And come all the way around, full circle. And then we'll reverse it, take it the other way. Just little circles in the neck, and you're only making that circle as big as your neck wants to make it, so it's not exaggerated, it's just to feel good here. Then we'll bring the chin back center and breathe in. And as you exhale, we're gonna fold forward, let your arms reach. So if you're really tight, you would use a little towel or a little washcloth behind you. So hopefully you always have a little sweat towel with you. So if you're tight in the shoulders, it's nice to grab that towel and give your shoulders an opportunity to find a little more, right? And if you didn't need the towel, then you wouldn't have it. So there you go. And then go ahead and let the arms drop. We're gonna roll up on a 6-second count for 6, vertebrae by vertebrae, 5, 4, 3, 2, shrug the shoulders, roll them back. One more time, shrug them up, roll them back. Arms reach up to the sky, interlace the fingers, pointer fingers go high. Let's take that left leg behind the right. So we'll cross it, and then we're gonna separate the feet till you feel like you can distribute your weight evenly throughout both feet. And then we're gonna find a full breath in, and as you exhale, we're gonna stretch to your left side, reach it over, peel back a little bit through that right rib cage. Imagine there's a magnet on your fingertips, and it's a real strong magnet, and it's getting pulled up. Come back center, breathe in. As you exhale, you're getting pulled over to your right side. Let the rib cage open and breathe. And then we're gonna come back center, release the arms down, bring the hands to the heart center, separate the feet, and then bring the insides of the feet together. So we'll start at the front of our mat here. Insides of the feet are gonna touch each other, and we're just gonna do a really nice sun salutation, A. So go ahead and, I want you to exaggerate through this. Yes, Marilee's doing it. Reach the arms out, lift up tall. Breathe in high, squeeze the glutes with you. On the exhale, fold forward. Dive in and feel something right here. So either use your fingertips or grab those calves. Find a lift halfway. We'll lengthen the spine and step back into your high plank. High plank position. Let's take a moment right here to set yourself up. Shoulders, elbows, wrists. We're tucking the pelvis. We're on an angle from the shoulders through the hips, down through the knees, and into the ankle. So we have a nice, long, lengthening angle there from your shoulders to your ankles. Now, if you wanted to modify this, you can bring your knees to the floor, still keeping your hips flat. You choose. So Marilee, you can go full Chaturanga or modified Chaturanga. We're gonna lower down into that Chaturanga. Let your shoulders come in line with your elbows. So remember, if you need to build up that strength, you're gonna drop your knees. Let's find a modified up dog. We'll breathe it in, pull the shoulder blades together, glutes stay engaged. Downward facing dog. We'll find the exhale. Let the seat go high and the head drop low. We're gonna breathe here for 5. We're gonna breathe it. I was gonna give Mare an extra little stretch. This is a real nice one, but of course, if you don't have someone with you to do it, then you might feel jealous. That's why I almost didn't do it. But it's really nice if you are doing yoga with someone to just give a little extra love into the low back. Feels good. Where we take the pressure off and allow yourself, let your head go. Yeah, relax through your neck for a moment. Press a little energy through your palms. And then from here, you can take those baby steps where we walked up, or you can bend your knees a lot and jump your feet up. Stay light. Yeah, find a lift halfway. We'll breathe in here as you exhale, forward fold. Dive in. As you inhale, exaggerate up to the sun. Come on up high. On the exhale, forward fold. Come on down nice and low. Lift yourself halfway, breathe in, and then step or jump back to your high plank. We're gonna hold the high plank. We're gonna squeeze through the quads or drive in energy away from the floor. So really turn everything on here. Chaturanga, let's lower it down. Remember, we'll walk the feet a little bit forward, Mare, so that those shoulders and elbows, yes, come in line with each other. Up dog, we're gonna breathe it in. Pull the shoulder blades together. Downward facing dog, we'll find that exhale. Let your head drop low. We're looking through the legs. And we're finding some deep breaths right here. Bend the knees, step or lightly jump your feet up. Find a lift halfway, we'll breathe it in, and as you exhale, we're gonna fold in a little deeper. On the inhale, we're gonna come up a little taller, breathe in high. On the exhale, forward fold, let's dive down low. Halfway lift, we'll breathe in, step or jump back to your high plank. Let's stay here, high plank position. So in your high plank, we're gonna come into a modified side angle. I want you to bring your right knee under your hip, kick your right foot out, off of your mat onto the floor. Turn your left foot sideways, reach your left arm up to the sky. Let's stay right here. Very nice. And we're breathing. So we're using a lot of that upper back and shoulder and tricep on that right side right now. So if you have shoulder issues, if you have wrist issues, and it doesn't feel good right now to be straight on that right arm, what I want you to do is come back into your high plank. So just come on in. I'm gonna work this through. If you feel good and you were there with a straight arm, still breathe through it, that's great. Come down onto your forearms, Marilee. Forearms here, we're gonna turn that right fist in. Yep, and then we'll drop that right knee. Excellent, and we'll take the turn here. So if you wanna modify by bringing that right forearm down to the floor, then you certainly can do that as well. So Marilee, you choose the pose that you wanna be in. She's gonna go with a straight arm. We're gonna stay here. Reach your left arm overhead and breathe into that left side. Let's go ahead and lift your left leg up. So left leg's gonna lift. We're gonna flex our toes in towards your kneecap. So we're turning that leg on. We're reaching the fingertips out, and we're gonna reach that left arm back up to the sky. Go ahead and reach it up. Now we're gonna take that bottom leg and we're gonna stay on the top end And we're just gonna move about a foot range of motion on the high end, right here, down and up. Yeah, let's move it. 11. So that was 12, 11, 10. I'm counting backwards, 9. For those of you, 8, who are very concerned about the counting, 7, 6, I'm not going to chip you out of your movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it high on this one, hold it high. Now we're going to take that leg out to the side, and we're going to try to bring that ankle as close to being in line with your hip as you can. So I don't want you to be struggling and jamming into your shoulder to get it there. If this is where you can keep better posture, then keep it somewhere along the way. We're flexing the toes, we're using the abdominals, we're pushing away from the floor, so make sure you don't drop into that right shoulder. And now let's find that lift on the high end again for 12, 11, 10, 9, get high, Mare, 8, yeah, 7, each one is a lift and lower, 6, 5, so don't rush through the movement, 4, 3, 2, Marilee's gonna hold it up on 1, hold it, Mare, she's got it, she's working it, for 5, she's doing the work, 4, 3, for 2, we're gonna take that leg back behind you and catch it with your left hand. So bend that knee, catch your foot, and now this one feels real nice to kick that foot away, right? So look down at your right thumb so that you're not straining in your neck, and then find energy to kick through that foot where you can feel that come up through that quad. You can feel that through that knee, through the patella. Beautiful, 5. Now I want you to close your eyes. Challenge your balance here. So eyes are closed. Yes, let's stay right here. Eyes are closed. We're still kicking. We're still breathing. Mare's still doing it for 5, 4, 3. So stay with me on this one. If it's available, I want you to come into down dog without dropping that left foot, but bringing it up to the sky. So we're gonna bring that ball of the foot back on. We're in down dog with a high left leg. Nice transition. So now let's go ahead and walk your hands back to your toes. So we're walking your hands back to your foot at the back of your mat. If you're really tight, you're working with some blocks. So I didn't mention that in the beginning of class, but hopefully you have some blocks with you. If this is your very first class, then I apologize for not saying that about the blocks. But if you're really tight, if you're super tight, you're gonna have 2 blocks at the front of your mat and 2 blocks at the back of your mat. So you're gonna invest in 4 blocks, and that's gonna be the best money you're gonna spend for yourself. So you'll come up onto your blocks if you're real tight. Yeah, and you're just gonna lengthen your back right now. So you can bring them high. So Marilee's got them all the way up. You can bring them long ways if you like, if you don't need as much. And if you don't need them all together, then you don't have them. Yeah, but it's good to have a couple pairs just in case you never know what we're gonna be doing. So now go ahead and lengthen your back and look out in front of you. Find a deep breath in. As you exhale, take your right hand, catch your right calf, and use your right arm strength to hug in. Use your left hand as your balance, right? So we're just gonna let the head drop. Now don't forget about that back leg. It's yours. If you have the energy to keep lifting it up, I want you to keep lifting it. If you feel like you're a little bit tired, drop your left foot to the floor. You can do that and bend your right knee a little bit while we're here if you're really tight. So here's a modification. If you feel like you can keep that leg lifted, go for the work. Go for the extra work. If you feel like you want to go deeper, pull stronger. If you want a little more of a challenge, bring your left hand around with your right. So 2 hands grab that calf. You're looking to the wall behind you. Where the eyes go, the body's going to follow Mare. So look to the back wall so you can keep folding your chest in. And she's just playing around with the balance. So Marilee's dropping her fingertips every time she needs to. And you know what? That's fun. So make it a fun time. So if you feel like you're falling over, you can draw the ball of that foot. We've been here for a little while, so she's getting a little tired. Keep the pull on. 5, 4, 3, 2 hands find the floor. Walk along dog. We're going to keep a high left leg. And now we're going to sweep your left foot through your hands. We're going to slide your right foot back a little bit. And we're gonna stay right here in a runner's lunge. So that's really nice, Marilee. We're in a runner's lunge. Slide that foot back if you can, drop that left seat down. So again, this is really going deep. So if it feels like you need to lift that seat up because that's enough of a stretch, then certainly you can have it lifted. The goal is to stay here and relax into the stretch, right? So I want you to give yourself the gift of allowing yourself to let that left glute drop down. Left knee is going to be on top of the ankle, and we certainly do not want to be bringing our body weight forward of that knee. What I want you to do is get that joint stack and feel that left glute, feel that right psoas open up, right? Feel the body weight back there. Now we'll bring your right knee easy to the floor. So right knee's going to come down. We're going to straighten that front leg. So here is an opportunity for you to have some blocks. If you need a little bit of love, if you need a little help, take those blocks and walk them out in front of you. So Marilee's going to modify. You stay forward, Mare. I'm just going to work around you. You can stay forward on your mat. So Marilee has the blocks, and she's just going to walk them out and find a little length through her spine here. If you didn't have the blocks, then you'd be here with me. We're flexing the toes back, and we're just going to find something right here. So what I'd like you to do is stay lengthened through your chest and your upper back. Challenge yourself to not just collapse in to that left shin. And this might be a really, really deep stretch for you. So guess what? That's when you should be up on your blocks, or that's when you can keep that foot flat and bend that front knee a little bit too. So if it's too much in between, then give yourself the gift of backing off a little. If it feels good, take your right hand, catch the bottom of that foot, give yourself a nice pull so you can extend your chin towards your toes. You can drop back through your seat a little bit. And if it still feels good, what I'd like you to do is take your left ear and drop it to your left knee. Left ear drops to your left knee. Nice. And you're going to turn that rib cage over for 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to square back center. We're going to bend that front leg. We're going to lift that back knee up. So if you have your blocks, just bring them out to the side. Always bring the blocks out to the side so that when you do your chaturangas, they're not in your face. And then we're going to step that left foot back into your high plank position. So here we are, Mare. Nicely done. Chaturanga, let's lower down. So let's take a moment right here in our chaturanga. If you're feeling strong, let's get a couple of push-ups. Why not? For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's find up dog. Upward facing dog. We're going to breathe it in. Come on back to your chaturanga. So if you're tired, you're already in down dog. If you feel stronger like Marilee, let's find 8 more. For 8, 7, 6, excellent. Don't bounce it. 5, it's a lift and lower. 4, 3, you can even catch that second round on your knees. 2, take a pause. Up dog, we're going to breathe in. Pull the shoulder blades together. If you're tired, you're in down dog. If you feel stronger, you're back in chaturanga. We're going to find our last set of 8. Here we go. For 8, 7, 6, don't shoulder it out, Mare. 5, use those knees. Yep. 4, look at that. Better form. 3, 2, up dog, we're going to breathe it in. Pull the shoulder blades back. And then downward facing dog, we'll find the exhale, and we'll let that stretch. Bend the knees, step or float your feet up to the front of your mat. We'll find a lift halfway. We're breathing in. As you exhale, we're going to fold in deep. As you inhale, chair pose. Let's drop the seat. Chair pose. For a moment, we're going to tuck the pelvis. We're going to find a nice neutral low back. So we have our feet together. We're squeezing our thighs together. And the arms are on an angle from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists. So if it feels like you're straining a lot in your shoulders, I want you to lower your wrists down in line with your elbows. So here's a nice way to modify. You can keep your arms here. If you want to get a little more mobility in the shoulders, go ahead and keep them lifted up, right? We're keeping the abdominals on. So the rectus abdominis, sometimes I say the length of your belly. We want to contract. So if someone was coming by and they're just going to punch you inside your belly, and you're going to brace yourself to be ready for it, keep the abdominals on. And all we're going to do is we're going to keep that seat, and we're going to lift up your right thigh into your chest, as close to your chest as you can lift it. Yes. So now once you lift that right thigh up, it's hard to keep the arms up. It's a lot of work. So if you want to lower them down, you can. You can keep them on an angle as well too. Just make sure you're not straining your neck. So find a place, your dristi, where you're going to look where your chin is neutral. Keep driving that right thigh up into your chest, Mare. Keep driving it up. Yeah, keep driving it. Slide your hands to your hips. Now, lower body's coming into eagle. Lift that right thigh up over the left. Hold on to the hips because we're going to try and turn those guys like headlights out in front of you. So we're going to try and square those guys off. So Marilee's able to get the top of her foot to wrap behind the calf. If you're not able to do that, if that's too much flexibility, then you certainly can just bring the toes right outside of that foot, right? So if it only came around a little bit, here's another modification. Bring the ball of the foot out in front of you and then just keep trying to work it over a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. If you can get it connected, if you can work it back there, then go ahead and see if you can work it there. But I don't want you to compromise evening out your hips, right? So usually one hip is higher than the other when you come into this eagle pose. So I want you to manually feel the hips. And she's doing a lot of work in that seat. So that means you're doing a lot of work. We're smoking the seat down. We're doing a lot of lower body work right now. Now what I'd like you to do is bring your arms out into the letter T. Out into a T. We're gonna lift the chest up. So the shoulders stack on top of the hips. We're keeping the abdominals on and we're working for 5, 4. We're working for 3. We're working it for 2. Now in slow motion, reach your arms up and release that lower body into chair. Drop the squat. Take a seat. Nicely done. Squeeze the thighs. So listen up. Heart rate should be rising. You should be getting a little warm right now, or you should be sweating a lot. One of the two should be happening. Tuck the pelvis a little bit. Keep the neutral low spine. Marilee's still dropping her squat. I'm very impressed with it. Remember, you can always take a break and bring your shoulders and wrists in line. You can drop your arms alongside of your hips if you need a bigger break. You can stand up and kick your legs out and say, you know what, Trace, I'm over this whole thing, and just find your child's pose, because that's an option too. Keep squeezing those thighs together, and if you're feeling stronger, lift that left leg up so the left thigh comes up into your chest. We're gonna keep dropping that right seat, and we're gonna keep lifting that left leg. We're flexing your left toes. We're dropping the right seat. We're lifting the left thigh. Yeah, we're dropping that seat. We're bringing that knee back. We're lifting that left thigh for 5. You got it. 4, it looks amazing. 3, all we're gonna do is bring your hands to your hips, then lift that left leg up over the right. And again, keep in mind a modification. Once you have the hips and it comes across, maybe you're right here. That's a beautiful thing. Maybe you're right here. That is a beautiful thing. Wherever you are is where you should be. Wherever you are is where it feels good, or where it feels good in the work and you know you love that feeling. So if you know you got the burn going on because you're doing the work, that's also a feel good, right? Keep dropping that squat. Even out the hips. Lengthen through the upper back. If you can drop down a little lower, feel the burn, work the burn. Bring the arms out to the side in a T. Let's stay right here. We're breathing it for 5. Pull the shoulders back a little bit. For 4, drop the seat down. For 3, all I want you to do is bring your arms back into chair. Stay here. Arms are in chair pose. Yeah. Keep dropping the squat. Lower body's in chair. Forward fold. We're diving in. It feels good. Halfway lifts. We're going to breathe in here. Step or jump back to your high plank. Guess where we're going? Left knee under the hip. Left wrist under the shoulder. We're in a modified side angle. So keep in mind, if you had that forearm down on one side, you'll even it out on the other. So Marilee's driving energy through the edge of her foot. She's reaching up through that arm right now. And then let's go ahead and take that arm overhead. Let your palm shine to the floor. Breathe into the rib cage. We're gonna lift up that leg. So go ahead and take it up nice and high. Flex the toes in. Very nice. Bring that middle finger back up to the sky and look down at your left thumb. Nice. If you want the balance challenge now, you can close your eyes. If you don't want that balance challenge, leave your eyes open, but make sure you're not straining in your neck wherever you're looking. We're gonna be on that top end. We're gonna work that leg in a 12-inch range of motion about on the top end. 11, nice. 10, you saw her get that one in. 8, 7, beautiful. 6, 5, 4, front quad is squeezing. 3, 2, we're staying in the obliques. For 1, let's bring that leg out to the side. Go ahead and work it out there, Mare. Hold the lift on it, right? Push yourself away from the floor. Don't collapse in that left shoulder. It happens a lot where we kind of just drop the ear. So I want you to keep thinking about driving yourself away, and you should be feeling work. You should be feeling like you're doing some work. Is your heart rate up, Mare? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Let's take it up for 12, 11, awesome. 10, 9, that looks great. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Mare's gonna hold it up there. 5, 4, keep lifting it. 3, 2, sweep it back and catch it. Let it feel good. Now's where we'll close the eyes if it's available. Remember, you can be on the ball of your left foot to find more stability, right? And also, we're stretching through the toes, but Marilee has a little bit of a toe thing going on right now, so she's got the top of her foot relaxed, and she can balance there, which is great, and she's still kicking, which is even more cool. But it's not an easy thing to do, and a lot of times I stay on the ball of my foot on this one because I want to be able to really kick strong. But Mare, don't do it with that toe.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be crazy. Keep that kick on for 5. So remember here, we're gonna try and be a little tricky and find down dog with a high right leg without dropping that right foot. But if you gotta come onto your knees and just get into your down dog that way, that's cool too. So downward facing dog, right leg goes to the sky. Let's stay here. Walk yourself back to your toes on the left. So Marilee doesn't need the blocks for this one. If you needed to, you'd grab your blocks here. We're just gonna stay here for a moment because we were here for a few breaths on the other side while I was talking about the blocks. So we're gonna lift that back leg. If you needed to modify, you could drop that right knee right now. You can drop that left seat. So a modification, would be right here where Marilee is, where you shift back and just kind of hang out there, find a few breaths, and then lift it up when you feel stronger. Take your left palm, catch your left calf, look out in front of you, breathe in. As you exhale, pull. So I want you to use your left arm strength, fold yourself in. So we're striving just to really let the chest drop in, right? It doesn't mean that you have to get your chest to touch your thigh or your nose to touch your knee. The whole goal is to elongate and lengthen and feel. That's the goal of the practice, is to get in, to feel, to be real present, to think about nothing other than how does my body feel right now? How amazing is that? If you want to challenge your balance, take your right hand around with your left, bend both elbows, pull in. Marilee, where's your eye gaze? It should be to the back wall. Yep. So drop that head and look back behind you. There's energy through that back leg. She's working it. We're bending the elbows. We're using the biceps. So you could play around with it, right? Keep touching down to the floor. Keep touching down. Just have fun. It's all about having a good time. We got another 6 seconds to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 hands find the floor. Walk a long dog. We have a high right leg. So first we're in down dog. Then we're going to sweep that right foot through. Now we're in that lunge, right? So we're in a runner's lunge. We're keeping the hands in the floor. There's no body weight through that front knee. So slide your left foot back if it's available. Drop your right seat down if that's available. If it's not, nobody cares. It's your body, right? Actually, you should care because I don't want you pushing it so far that all of a sudden you say, I don't do yoga because it doesn't feel good for me. Of course you don't do yoga because it doesn't feel good for you because you pushed yourself too far. So don't do that, right? Love yourself. Honor yourself in this practice. If you want to drop that knee, go for it. Maybe you're dropping the knee a few seconds earlier. No one cares, right? So leave the ego out and pull the love in. We're going to bring the left knee to the floor. We'll straighten that front leg. So if it feels better for you, you're on your blocks. If it feels better for you, you don't have to peel that ball of the foot back. You can keep that top of the foot in the floor. But what I do want you to do is lengthen your back and first walk all your fingertips out. Yeah, so that's the first part, is we're just loving that right hamstring, right? We're just loving the body right now by lengthening out and breathing. And what we're doing is we're not rounding through the upper back, we're letting our chest drop into that thigh, right? So as you lengthen forward, the chest gets a little closer as you walk your fingertips out a little more. Yeah, you feel that? Where you're using the leverage to kind of, you let your fingertips get grippy so that you can drop down through your torso. Now we'll take that left hand, Slide it down the bottom of your foot if it's available. So if it's not, don't do it, right? We're only doing it if it's available. So you're gonna take that, catch it, and you're still using that, you know, you're using the leverage of the pull to get a little something. Now let your right ear drop to your right knee and look out to the left side. And then let's breathe right here. Full inhales and exhales. Toes can pull back a little more if that feels good. Release the grip a little more if that feels better. And slow and easy, we're just gonna come back into the runner's lunge. So you're gonna pick up that back knee. Nice. We're in that runner's lunge. Then we're gonna step back into your high plank. High plank position, here we are. We're driving the chest away from the floor. We're gonna bring your right wrist under your shoulder with your fingers spread wide. We're gonna stagger your top foot in front of the bottom. So we're here in a nice staggered side angle pose. We're lifting up through that right hip. We're turning on through that right oblique. We're reaching up through the left fingertips, and we're in the upper back. So this is a beautiful, strong side plank pose. It's modified because we have one foot in front of the other. You can stay right here, or if you feel like you want to go to the next level, stack the insides of your feet. Stack your left foot on top of your right, flex your toes in, pull up through your thighs, squeeze through your thighs here. Now, reestablish the lift of that right hip. Let it get high. Beautiful. Then we're gonna find a big breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna find 4 seconds to bring your left arm under your right rib cage. Turn the torso for 4, reach it under. 3, reach that arm under. 2, nice, keep reaching it. It's a 4 count to come back. For 4, open it up. 3, 2, and we'll keep the lift. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go for singles. Bring it all the way under, just on 1, all the way. Turn it and open it up. For 4, singles. Here we go. For 3, remember, you can stagger your feet at any time. Reach it, mare. For 2, get inside that right side of the belly. 1 more, reach it. Come on into your high plank. Nice job, high plank. Let's come all the way down to the floor. Flip over onto your back. Find a long stretch. Arms reach overhead. Toes are gonna lengthen nice and long. It's just a feel-good reach. Beautiful. Then we're gonna bend your left knee, keep your left foot in the floor, and we're gonna find an opportunity to hug your right knee in. So just grab your right knee and pull it in. Now, see if you can take your right hand on the inside or outer edge of your right foot. Let your left arm drop to the left side. Now straighten that leg out to the side. Yeah, so push it through. And here's an opportunity, if you needed to and you had your little towel with you, you could wrap it around your foot. So if you had it back here, you would just take it like that. Then you get a little extra. And if you have a yoga strap, of course, you could use that too. So we're just gonna breathe right here. Some big inhales and exhales. On the exhales, I like to see if I could find a little bit of something, but that doesn't mean that you like to see yourself find a little bit of something. So remember, it's your practice, right? It's your body. It's your time to be alive and to feel refreshed. Honor it. Now we're gonna hang on to that foot. We're just gonna take your left knee, and if it'll go, bring your left knee out a little bit. Yeah, nice. So you're on the outer edge of that left foot, and you're just breathing into that right leg. What's happening, Mir?
It's good.
Sure about that?
Yeah, it's a big stretch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, big stretch, she said. I feel like she was cursing under her breath or something, but I don't know. Just saying. Okay, now what we're gonna do is straighten that foot, bring that knee back up, right? So your whole left foot is back in the floor. We're gonna bring that right leg and we're gonna cross it over to the left side and we're gonna straighten your left leg. So let it straighten. So let your left hand take that foot or that little towel, and we're just gonna cross it over to where it feels good. Yeah. And again, it doesn't have to go all the way over. It could be halfway up and you're kind of working it towards your shoulder. See, Mare has me as a little leverage right now, but I think if I moved back, she might roll over a little bit.
Fall over.
Yeah. And so if you weeble wobble and fall over, nobody cares about that either, right? That's kind of the beauty of doing your yoga at home, is that you don't have to worry about what other people are thinking, because we all do that. We're all concerned at some point. And hopefully you're doing a meditation or a practice to let that go as much as you can. And then we're gonna bring that leg back, and we're gonna slowly release the towel, and we're gonna come back where we started into butterfly pose. So this time our shoulders are warm, so see if you can reach your arms overhead. And now you can even probably feel for yourself that your knees can drop out much wider than when we first started, right? So we're breathing into the psoas, we're moving through the hips. It's a nice feel good. And then go ahead and take your right arm up to the sky and bring it across the body. Catch your right forearm and just pull. So grab on if you can. Take a grip there, yeah, and pull it, and let your right shoulder come away from your ear. And we'll switch sides. Cross that left guy, pull on it. Very nice. And then we're gonna bring the knees together, and we're gonna find rock and roll clockwise. So hug the knees in, we're gonna tap the heels, and we're gonna turn around clockwise until you're facing the front of your mat. So I personally like rock and roll. Marilee, do you like rock and roll on your back?
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels really good for me. So you're hugging your knees, you're massaging your back into the floor. Let's find 3 more right here. 3, let's find 2. If it's available, you're gonna cross on the edges of your feet. So Marilee's gonna cross the feet, she lifts up, she jumps back into your high plank. Maybe you just took the step back today. I'm gonna break that pose down into a little tutorial for you guys. So keep a lookout for that, so that I could show you how to do that in slow motion. We're in a high plank position. We're gonna come down onto the forearms. So one forearm at a time to bring us into a forearm plank. We're gonna drive the chest away from the floor. We're gonna squeeze through the thighs, and we're gonna bring your left knee up towards your left tricep. Just try and touch it if you can, and then step it back. And then we're gonna bring that right knee up to your right tricep. Try to touch it if you can, and we'll bring a step back. Hold it right here. So all we're gonna do is drive yourself away from the floor a little bit. We're gonna pick up your left foot, and we're gonna bring a straight leg over to the left side as far as you can go. Tap the floor, bring it back, and drop it. Right foot's gonna lift, hold it here, take it out to the right side, find a little tap, bring it back center, and drop it. Reestablish that push away from the floor. Use your forearms to press it away. Keep squeezing through the thighs. Very nice. And now we're gonna bring one palm at a time and come up into your high plank. And then we're gonna try and keep the hips as still as you can, lower down into your forearm plank. So control those hips. Yeah, palms, we're gonna come on up. So we're getting the wrists right under the shoulders, forearms as lightly as you can, we're gonna lower down. So let me show you a modified version. Marilee's gonna keep going in the full version. We're gonna be on the palms, come on up, Mare, and on the forearms, you'll lower it down. And I'm gonna show you a modified version. So if you were here on the palms, the knees would be here. Palms, we're gonna push it up, and then forearms, we're gonna lower it down. Palms, we're gonna push it up, wrists are under the shoulders, forearms, we're gonna lower it down. Palms, we're coming up, nice and strong. Forearms, lower it, beautiful. Palms, we're coming up. Let's hold that high, bring your right knee up into your chest, round your nose in towards your knee. Now lift that knee up higher. 5, keep pushing yourself away from the floor. 4, 3, take that right knee to your left elbow or tricep. Cross it over, yeah, keep lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, bring that right knee to your right tricep. Try to touch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, we're in a high plank. Let's hold it right here. Very nice. Left knee in, nose to the knee. Let's round it up. Tuck it for 5. Keep tucking it. Go, Mare. 4, 3. Keep tucking it. 2. Now that left knee comes to the right elbow, the right tricep. Try to lift it up, get it up there. 5, keep lifting. 4, 3, take that left knee to your left tricep. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, step it back into your high plank. Chaturanga, we're down low. 4 little push-ups. Why wouldn't you? 4, 3, go Mare. 2, up dog. We're breathing in. Shoulder blades are coming together. Downward facing dog. Let's find a torso twist. Right hand comes outside of your left knee. Slide it down by your ankle if it feels better. Turn that whole chest and switch sides. Go for it. Switch sides. I just decided for myself, Marilee's not even a part of this, but I just decided for me, let's switch it one more time. Right hand comes to the left. But I think I'm gonna record a class, if Marilee says yes, where she's the teacher, because she is an instructor. Left goes to the right, because I almost feel bad that I'm always beating her up, and she's never beating me up, so we'll see if we can work that out for you. We're in downward facing dog. Head drops low and the seat drives high. Ah, very nice. Now we're gonna shift into your high plank. So game face is back on. If you're tired, you're in your child's pose at any time, right? Left wrist is under the shoulder. We're staggering that top foot in front of the bottom. And stay with me, guys. We're almost finished. We're gonna ring it out right here. So we're lifting up through that left hip. We're driving away from the floor. We're reaching. If you feel stronger and you did it on one side, try it here on the other. Stack the feet. Flex the toes, squeeze the quads, keep the glutes on. We're lifting that left hip. It's a full breath in. It's a 4-second count on the exhale coming under. For 4, turn it. 3, that's it. Turn the torso. 2, reach it all the way through. Let's open it up, that same 4 count. 4, slow it down. 3, work the slow. 2, nice, keep lifting. If you need a break, stagger those feet or drop that left knee. You can still hold that side plank in a modified version. If you feel stronger, you're with Marilee. We're taking 4 under. So reach it through on the exhale, open it up on the inhale. For 4, exhale, find that twist, open it up. 3, keep lifting that left hip. We got 2 more. Twist it and bring it up. I see her obliques working. One more time, nice save, Marilee. Reach it and open it up. We're in a high plank right here. High plank position. Let's come all the way down to the floor. Flip over onto your back. Find a feel-good stretch. Arms reach overhead. You earned it. Just a feel-good. Very nice. How you doing, Mare?
Awesome.
Good. So use your towel because you used it on the other side. So use that little guy. And we're gonna bend your right knee with your right foot flat. We're gonna take that left foot with your little towel and we're gonna work it over to the left side. Yeah, we're gonna keep this guy straight on. For now, we're gonna push through that foot. And we're just gonna breathe into that left leg. And I find for myself that one leg is more cooperative. One leg is more flexible than the other. So, you know, be kind to yourself. Maybe this leg doesn't wanna go as far as the other one. Don't force it. Don't ever force yourself into a stretch or a movement or a pose. Ever. Now we're going to take that right knee out. We're on the edge of that right foot. And I want you to think about opening up through that adductor, right? So think about, yeah, bringing that leg closer. And think about, maybe this guy feels good there. And think about maybe it doesn't. So maybe it doesn't feel good there, right? So you wouldn't do that. I want to keep making myself clear that every body feels differently in every single pose. So now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten that bottom leg. We're going to switch hands. Let your left arm drop. Sweep that left leg over. So every body feels something different in every single pose. So honor your feel good. On the breaths out, we're feeling, we're searching. We're inside, we're breathing. You know, I didn't always do this, but I think it's a good idea to check in sometimes with my student and say, Marilee, did we forget anything? Oh. Are we uneven on any side? No, not that it's your responsibility to remember, but just in case you did, I like to make sure that you guys leave me balanced fully. But I am human, so every once in a while I'll forget something. So then we'll try to get it in the end. So nice. Okay. And then we're going to bring that guy back and we're going to find happy baby. Catch the inside or outer edges of your feet. Stack those ankles on top of your knees. Give yourself a nice little pull with the thighs outside of your rib cage. And then let's go ahead and straighten the legs up to the sky. Drop your arms out into a T. Straddle your legs out wide. Flex your toes in. And then slide your hands inside of your legs and catch behind the knees. And then just pull back. Use your arm strength a little bit. Find a little pull. Now while you're pulling back, point your toes. Circle through your ankles. Both directions. And then point your toes again. And flex your feet. And point your toes and flex them. One more time, point them out and flex them in. And then we're gonna drop your arms out to the side and see if you can hold your legs out wide in a wide straddle. So this is more difficult for some people than others. So if your legs are shaken, I don't want you to be there. So bring them in closer if you're working a real strong shake. Now we're gonna cross your left leg over your right, bend your knees, big breath in as you exhale. Lower body's coming to the right side. Let it relax down. So release and let go where you can. If you want to take that right hand and press it down like Marilee's doing, sure, go ahead and do it. If you feel like your palms feel good out to the side, again, there's no particular way that you have to do something other than for safety, and I usually call that one out big time. So close your eyes right now. And take this opportunity to shift your mind space. So hopefully you've been real present with us tonight and you've been thinking about all the things that I've been talking to you about. And now is a really beautiful opportunity for you to move into that space called gratitude. So we're gonna stay in our spinal twist. If that feels good, if it doesn't, you can release the cross and just bring your thighs together and stay to that right side. So what I'd like you to do is in your gratitude, just let the things that you feel grateful for flow through your mind space. Let them come in and come out. They could be really, really big. They could be really, really small. Whatever's in between. This is your opportunity for you to really enjoy your gratitude. We're gonna come center, and we're gonna find that wide straddle again with your arms out to the side and your palms flat. Open up, find the pull. I saw Marilee touch her legs, so I said find the pull, but I was saying keep your arms out to the side. No worries. So either way, if you wanna grab behind your knees and that feels better, that gives you a nice amount of support. So if you wanna go for that, go for it. You have to do a lot more work here with your adductors. So if you want the work, then you're gonna keep your arms out to the side. And then go ahead and point the toes and flex the feet back. We're just going mobility through the ankles. Point the toes and flex it one more time. Point it out, flex it here, cross that right leg over the left, knees are bent. Big inhale. As you exhale, we're bringing the lower body to your left side. And we're gonna shift from your gratitude and we're gonna move into the space of good karma, your good karma. You're gonna tap into that good place inside of you and offer up a well wish or a kind thought to someone right here, right now. And I like to sometimes think about, is there someone in particular that maybe said something to me that hurt my feelings, or maybe someone that you've been struggling with a little bit in your life, but you know you love them and they love you. I usually will choose that person first, but choose whoever comes to your mind and just offer them up a well wish or a kind thought. And then slowly, we're gonna come back center. And I'd like for you to sit up on this one. So we're gonna come on up into a seated half or full lotus. So we'll take a seat somewhere where your knees and your hips feel good. So don't feel like you gotta get that foot all the way up there. You just cross it however you like. We're gonna root our sit bones into the floor. And then we're gonna reach the arms up nice and tall. Find a breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna bring your left hand behind your low back and let your right hand, as you turn your torso, catch your left thigh, and then find a big pull or a little pull. And we're gonna stay right here. And we're gonna shift our mind space. So while you're inhaling, I want you to lift your chest up. While you're exhaling, if it feels good, you can turn a little more, but again, don't feel like you have to do that. We're gonna change our head space into listening to me be present, and we're gonna move that into an opportunity called self-love. So the next few moments, I want you to think about 3 things that you feel proud of in regards to who you are and how you show up. Come on back center, breathe in, reach up high. As you exhale, take that twist on the other side, and while you're here, you're thinking about 3 things that you feel good about in regards to who you are and how you show up. And then we're gonna come back center, arms reach high to the sky. Find a real big breath in. As you exhale, reach out and fold forward. And let your palms drop, let your head drop. Let your upper back relax. Breathe into your hips. We're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, and we're gonna reverse that cross. So if it's available, just reverse the feet, arms reach high to the sky. Find a real big breath in. As you exhale, take that fold forward. Let your upper body relax. Take a moment right here. We're still in self-love, an opportunity for you to give yourself a compliment. So say the words of your compliment and accept them from a space almost as if your best friend is saying it to you. Roll yourself up easy. Stay in that compliment. We're gonna lie back into the floor. So we're gonna bring yourself with your eyes closed back into the floor, into your Savasana, where you let everything go. So you're gonna find a place where you wanna be right now. So if that's bringing the soles of your feet together, go for it. If you wanna turn onto one side in the fetal position, you can turn onto one side. If you wanna stretch your legs out, wherever you are, I want you to be extremely comfortable, and I want you to let it all go. So that means relaxing through your face, through your teeth, through your jaw. Let every vertebrae drop down. Let your breath just be your natural rhythm of breath. And I want you to let the thoughts that come into your head, just let them flush out into the ocean. So right now, think about absolutely letting go. That's all I want you to think about, is when a thought comes in, release it. A thought will come in and release it. So if you have the opportunity to stay here for 5 minutes and breathe into your ocean, stay here for 5 good minutes. Give yourself 5 good minutes to allow all the work that you just did to run through your whole body, and to honor rest, to honor being still. It's a gift to be able to be still. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Namaste.